I'm investing in that. Then he shows me the entire file he's kept. Copies of my school records. Work reports from Jerry, even screenshots of those horrible TikTok Michael and Rebecca created. They thought they were shaming you, he claims. All I saw was someone who refused to break. It's strange, you know? All this time, I believed he was simply a cold rich guy who didn't care and allowed his wife to treat me badly. So how did it turn out? He was putting me to the test. Yes, it was a bad way to go about it, but I sort of grasp it now. He wanted to know if I had what my father had, that quality that keeps you going when everything is against you. Before I left his office that night, he mentioned something else concerning Dad. Told me about their last discussion when Dad was in the hospital. Dad made him pledge not to just give me everything, saying I needed to learn to be strong on my own first. But Uncle Marcus added, he also said to know when enough was enough. And kid, you've more than proved yourself. That night, I slept in a proper bed for the first time in months. The apartment was basic, with only one room, a kitchenette, and a bathroom. But it was warm. Clean. Safe. But what happened the morning after Uncle Marcus gave me the apartment? I awoke to find my phone flooded with texts from Aunt Lisa. It turned out that Michael had driven past the laundromat on his way to school and noticed me heading down from the upper flat. He took photos, of course he did. Aunt Lisa arrives at the laundromat during my shift. Wearing fancy gym clothing and looking like she's going to explode. Starts yelling about how I'm attempting to kidnap her spouse. How I've been seducing him, or something. Yeah, Aunt Lisa, I completely captivated him by being homeless and fixing washing machines. Super sexy? The customers were all gazing, and one old lady who comes in every Wednesday to wash her cat's bedding began filming the entire event on her phone. Aunt Lisa is saying all these insane things about how she always knew I was trouble, and how I'm exactly like my mother, taking advantage of wealthy men. I'm just standing there with a mop in my hand, wearing my filthy work uniform, thinking, is this really happening right now? Then Jerry emerges from the back room and tells Aunt Lisa she must leave before he calls the cops. She departs, but not before warning me, this isn't over. That night, I heard Lisa and Uncle Marcus having a tremendous fight upstairs in his office. Their words were muted, but I could hear Aunt Lisa yelling about that girl and how dare you. I felt embarrassed, as if I had ruined their marriage or something. Aunt Lisa later revealed that she had spent the night at a friend's place. When I saw Uncle Marcus the next morning, he had heavy circles under his eyes and gave me a lethargic nod. But the strange thing is that my mother suddenly called me for the first time in months, acting concerned. Honey, I am hearing some unsettling things, as if she had any reason to be frightened after abandoning me. I'm sure the rumors were provided to her by someone, most likely Rebecca. Then she and Derek show up at my flat unexpectedly. Mom is dressed in one of her latest luxury dresses, and her gaze sweeps around my small studio apartment. Oh honey, she begins, but the tone is more calculated than concerned. This is quaint. Derek waits near the door, as if he's worried poverty may spread. What are you doing here? I inquired without giving them a seat. There's nowhere to sit, unless they want to join me on my unmade bed. Mom starts pacing my small space.